This is Golden Eagle Baseball.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Line drive down into left field, base hit, and the ball game is tied.
From Tulsa to Omaha, catch every moment of every game right here on the ORU Sports Network. Powered by Playfly.
Tanaka hits one out into right center field. That one's well hit. Goodbye!
Here's the voice of the Golden Eagles, Connor Clark.
For one final time this weekend, we're live from Irv Huther Field as Oral Roberts and South Dakota State do battle as the Golden Eagles look for the season sweep over the Jacks this afternoon. Hi, everybody, and welcome into the ORU Sports Network. My name is Connor Clark, and this is the Empire Fence pregame show. And one of the Golden Eagles have been swinging the bat, and they've been swinging the bat quite well over the first two games of this series, taking Friday afternoon's game by a final of 8-4. They took yesterday's game by a final of 18-2 in 7 innings. Just an absolute dominant performance from start to finish for the Golden Eagle offense yesterday. They look to do the same thing here today and wrap up the season sweep over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. The Golden Eagles lead the all-time series 89-23, so it would also be the 90th win all-time over the Jacks, and it would also be the 15th win in a row over South Dakota State on the baseball diamond as well. So a little bit of that on the line here today. ORU coming into this matchup at 22-14, 13-1 in the Summit, all alone in first place. South Dakota State at 12-23. And 6-8 in the Summit League. They are in fourth place. They are 7 games back of the league-leading Golden Eagles. Oral Roberts, well, it's been the bats over the last few games, and they entered last Friday with a batting average of .252, which ranked 5th out of 6 teams in the Summit League. They entered today with a .271 batting average, which is 2nd in the Summit League. So amazing what a week and some change can do for a team, especially on that end of the baseball. And over their last 7 games, this offense has been on a completely different level. They're averaging 9.7 runs per game on 13.7 hits per game. They're 5-2 in their last 7, and they've won 8 of their last 10 ball games as well. So the offense, which again was a long conversation at the beginning of the year through really the first month and a half of the season, was, okay, well, when is it going to pop? When is this going to start working out on the offensive side of the baseball? And we have seen that come to life here over the last really couple of weeks or so, but especially in the last 7 games with 7 straight double-digit hit performances and, of course, nearly averaging 10 runs a game over the last 7. As for the Jackrabbits, well, they have dropped on the offensive end. They came in as one of the better offensive teams in the league coming into this series. Now they've dropped all the way down to 4th in the Summit in batting average, hitting a combined .268 as a team. They average 6.7 runs a game. They give up 7.5 runs per game. And a team in the Jacks that has really struggled to get things going offensively. They scored again 4 times in the series opener. They only scored twice yesterday. They did have some traffic here and there. They did load the bases up against Nathan Love a couple of times. Love was able to get out of it that first time, and then they had some traffic later on as Will Urey came out of the bullpen, and he was really good as well. So that was kind of the story yesterday, and this offense for the Jacks trying to get back on track. And the elements have favored the hitters this weekend, but unfortunately for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, it really has not favored them as much as the Golden Eagles. And, of course, a big part of that is what ORU is doing talent-wise, and a big part of that, too, has been pitching. And it's been really good for Oral Roberts throughout the weekend, not so much for the Jackrabbits. Speaking of pitching, we got a right-hander versus left-hander matchup today. ORU will roll out the left-hander Jackson Farrell for his 4th start of the year. He's 2-0 with a .61 ERA and 14 2/3. He's given up 13 hits, 1 run. That run earned 4 walks and 19 strikeouts. He's given up an opponent average of .241. On the other side, they face off against the right-hander Caden Rylands for the first time this year. He's 2-2 with a .623 ERA in 26 innings. He's given up 23 hits, 22 runs, 18 of those earned, 22 blocks, 18 strikeouts, an opponent average of .235. So that is your pitching matchup here today as Oral Roberts looks to take advantage yet again offensively and try and pull off the season sweep of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. So you're listening to the Empire Fence pregame show, and coming up, we will talk with head coach Ryan Fulmer as we always do. We give a brief recap of yesterday's dominant performance, and we preview how ORU can get home with a win here today and improved to 23-14, and more importantly, 14-1 in Summit League Conference play. So all that more is coming your way next. Stick with us. This is the Empire Fence pregame show. You're listening to the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back into the Empire Fence pregame show ahead of Game 3 between Oral Roberts and South Dakota State. It's pregame interview time. Connor Clark now joined by the head coach Ryan Fulmer. And, Coach, you guys have put together 2 pretty dominant performances through the first 2 games. Of course, yesterday ending in an 18-2 run rule win. And we've seen a lot out of the offense, and we briefly discussed this player on Sunday of last week. We'll discuss him again on Sunday of this week, and that is the bat of Matthew Maynard. I mean, when he has gotten his opportunity, it has been fun to watch. He gets a triple and his first career homer yesterday, and, well, as his head coach, it's got to be even more fun to watch from the dugout.
Yeah, I think, you think about his development over the last year and a half or so, and man, that has been a lot of fun to watch. It's always good to see guys that are passionate about developing and getting better, and to see it pay off for guys. And surely has for Matty. I mean, he's been really good. But you and I have talked about, regardless of what the offensive numbers for him have said this year, what he's done defensively, I think, kind of goes a little bit unnoticed. And I want to make sure that that's first and foremost at that position, man. We need him to be able to catch and handle the pitching staff, and he's done that extremely well.
He's got some wheels too. How about that triple in the gap yesterday too for a catcher? He could certainly move. So shouts to Manny for that. But overall, I mean, you guys put together another dominant performance. It's your 7th game in a row with double-digit hits. You record 15 of them, and again, we knew coming into the series, we even saw it last year. This ballpark plays pretty offensively with the wind and everything that's going on. And we talked pregame about keeping the ball in the ballpark defensively, and you guys did an exceptional job of that yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Again, a tough place to come and pitch for a lot of different reasons. The weather has a lot to do with that, obviously. Very windy, very cold, so not an ideal day to pitch. And I thought, Love did not have his best stuff of the year, but man, competed, and ended up going into the 5th inning. So good to see him kind of go out there. I thought Will Geary's outing was really good, especially that first inning. Man, he comes in with the bases loaded and only 1 out, and gets us out of a jam, and then has a clean next inning too. So I thought what he did was good, and to see DC come in there at the end and get 3 outs was good to see as well. So, man, not an easy day to pitch for a lot of different reasons. Wind conditions, cold, all the above, but proud of the way our guys competed.
Yeah, I felt like the bullpen really came in and was aggressive with that strike zone yesterday. And fast forwarding to today, you guys will face off against the right-hander Caden Rylance, and you guys did not see him in the first meeting of the year. But a guy who's put together a pretty solid season, 2-2 with a 6.23 ERA in 26 innings. He's coming off of 6 innings, just 2 runs allowed against St. Thomas last weekend. And when you go and look at his stuff and what he's able to do, what sticks out for you and what challenges will he pose for your lineup?
Man, I think when we watch this guy, it's going to be a lot like the first 2 guys. I think all 3 of the starters here have been very similar. Velocity similar, stuff is similar. So we're going to have to really take the same kind of game plan into what we're doing today. We can't get caught out front. There's going to be a lot of breaking balls, a lot of change-ups, so we can't get caught too far out front. We got to stay behind the ball. And we just can't get caught early. And I thought that's what we did a really good job of yesterday. You think of Eddie's home run that he hit to right center, well, really straightaway center, staying behind balls that way. Matty Maynard's home run the other way, his triple the other way. I thought, again, that's going to be the theme today too. We got to be able to stay behind balls. We can't get out front. If we do those things and execute within the offense, we should be in good shape.
You guys got Jackson Farrell going in a starting capacity. He'll make his 4th start of the year today. And the guy's been really good in kind of limited sample size time, but when he's gotten his opportunities, he's really made them count. He's only given up the 1 run over 14 2/3 and put together a pretty nice outing against Omaha last time out, his longest of the year at 4 innings. What do you expect from him today?
Yeah, go compete. Go compete. Again, we talked going into the weekend, this kind of weekend really tests your toughness a little bit, right? We understood the weather was going to be a factor and the conditions are not ideal. It's cold, it's windy, we're on the road. We haven't been able to take pregame on the field yet. So a lot of things go against you. So your mental toughness is kind of challenged a little bit. So I think we got to do a good job, and Jackson's got to do a good job. Just go compete. When he's good, man, his stuff's on. He can be dominant. But I think today it comes down to being able to walk out there and compete with everything that's going on around you.
Last thing for you, you guys go into a series finale with, yet again, a pretty loaded bullpen when it comes to availability-wise. And how do you keep those guys ready in a setting where, they've had to sit for a long time? And, of course, both games they've had to sit. It's been pretty cold out. So how do you keep them fresh?
No, they'll be ready to go. Again, when you look at some of the guys that have been down there, this isn't their first time around. They understand this part of it. We feel good about where our bullpen's at. I think yesterday had a lot to do with that. Maddox Thornton's outing on Friday had a ton to do with that as well. And being able to knock down 4 innings to kind of close that one up too. So, we're in good shape in our bullpen. Those guys will be ready to go.
Well, Coach, as always, thanks so much for the time, and good luck to you and your team today.
Appreciate you.
That's head coach Ryan Fulmer. We'll get you starting lineups and first pitch coming your way next on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome to Lamar Outdoor Advertising, the largest outdoor advertising company in the U.S. and one of the most successful operators in the outdoor advertising industry. We offer advertising in 2/3 of the top 50 markets in the country, as well as over 100 years of experience to help you make the most of this valuable marketing tool. Please visit our website, www.lamar.com, to learn more about our award-winning team and services.
Life comes at you fast, Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Get people in your door by going outdoors. Out there, it's drive time all the time. Travelers are a captive audience from point A to point B, and they'll see your advertising all day, every day. People change radio stations, but they rarely change their commute to work or their favorite places. It's high reach, high frequency, and one of the most dependable advertising mediums around. Let the professionals at Lamar Outdoor help you tap this valuable resource today.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Just about ready to go here for Game 3 of this weekend series between Oral Roberts and South Dakota State as the Golden Eagles are going to pull off the season sweep over the Jackrabbits. Let's get you the starting 9 brought to you by LaCourse Law for the Golden Eagles here this afternoon. Much of the same that we have seen throughout the weekend for the most part. Will Edmondson, the right fielder, leads things off. Makani Tanaka, the center fielder, batting second, and Vailele Kanaitz, the catcher, bats third. Martell Davis over at second base cleans things up. Cooper Kelly, the first baseman, bats fifth. Cooper Combs, the left fielder, he bats sixth. Ethan Fender back in the DH spot, batting seventh. Keaton Campbell, the third baseman, he bats eighth. Hudson Ellis, the shortstop, is batting ninth. They face off against the right-hander Caden Ryland, 2-2 with a 6.23 ERA and 26 innings. He's given 23 hits, 22 runs, 18 of them earned, 22 walks. That's been an issue for him this year. And 18 strikeouts, an opponent average of 235. So ORU sees Rylance for the first time this season as Oral Roberts, the offense, has been swinging the bat really, really well over the last week or so. Last outing for Rylance came against St. Thomas last weekend. That was on the road as he picked up a really nice performance in a 13-2 win. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, most of them 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. But again, the walks have plagued him. He has walked 9 batters over his last 2 outings, both of them coming in Summit League play, Northern Colorado and St. Thomas. As Will Edmondson steps in to lead things off, ORU rocking the road grays. South Dakota State in the baby blues here today, and the first pitch is in, and it's down low for a ball. We're off and running at 1:04 p.m. Well, the sun is out for the series finale. That is always a good sign up in Brookings. 1-0 pitch, and Edmondson sends it out into shallow center, and Robalewski is there to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the first inning. It's 43 degrees. Wind gusts not as extreme as they have been over the first 2 games. Gusts up to 17 miles an hour. Better than 30. Well, we'll tell you that. Here's Makani Tanaka stepping in, bases empty and one gone. Here in the top of the first inning, and the first pitch to him is a little bit upstairs for ball one. Tanaka leading the team in average home runs, RBIs, and OPS. 324 hitter, 7 long balls, 27 RBIs. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike over the outside corner. Hit 2 home runs in the series opener. 2 solo shots. He is 4 for 11 over the weekend. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way from Rylance. A swing and a miss. Located same spot. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Makani Tanaka. This Golden Eagle offense averaging nearly 10 runs a game over the last 7. Can they continue that here today? The 1-2 outside makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. They've won 8 of their last 10, and they have a 7-game lead over South Dakota State. They have a 5-game lead over Omaha, who is second in the conference. The 2-2, a check swing ball in the dirt. Did he go around? Appeal says he did not. Third base umpire Teddy Dutcher making the call here today. Jonathan Fye is over at first. Jeff Kopecki is calling balls and strikes here in the finale. A full count pitch on the way to Tanaka, and he lines it right at the second baseman, Nick Warwick, who makes the catch. 2 gone. So a couple of lineouts for Edmondson and Tanaka, and that brings up Violet Licata. You remember yesterday, ORU went in order in the top half of the first inning. That would not be a sign of things to come. Connie Yates, his average up above 300 for the first time this year. He swings at the first pitch, and that one fouled back into the seats, making 0-1. Batting .306 on a 6-game hit streak. 4 of those games have been multi-hit performances. 4 for 9 on the weekend with a pair of doubles. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, the ball high in the zone. Make it 0-2. The Golden Eagle average as a team over the last week and change is up 19 points from 252 to 271. The 0-2 at eye level for a ball. They've gone from second to last place to second place in the Summit in that category. And a 1-2. High and tight. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Golden Eagles also lead the conference in homers by 5. They've got 27 of them. Here's the 2-2. Connie Yates with a liner, and that one will drop into left field in front of Brown, who's getting his first start of the weekend. And a 2-out single for Vailele Connie Yates, his 5th hit of the weekend. Will set the table for Martell Davis with a man. Davis batting .312, which is second on the roster. It's in 15 of his last 16 games. It's in 10 in a row as well. He's 4 for 8 this weekend. We got Vailele Connie Yates on first with 2 outs. And the first pitch on the way from Rylance. A little bit upstairs for a ball. The Jackrabbit Powder Blues, they read state across the chest in yellow. They also have yellow accents on the sleeves. They got the royal blue caps. ORU, the traditional road grays with a flame logo on the left side of the chest. They rock the blue caps. The 1-0 went in there for a called strike at the bottom left-hand corner of the zone. ORU wore gray on Friday. They wore their alternate navy blues yesterday. They've been a big fan of the grays this year on the road. 1-1. And that one, I think, crossed up the catcher Jones. It's blowing outside for a ball, but he squared up to catch it, and then he made a basket catch at the very last moment. I'm not sure if he was expecting that type of breaking ball out of the hands of Caden Ryland. But no harm done after that. He fires in the 2-1. Martell Davis skies it shallow right center. Robalewski charging in, work back from second. It's the right fielder, Watcher, making a diving catch out of nowhere. At the very last moment, Watcher comes in. He dives and he retires the side with a really, really nice play. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Oral Roberts gets a 2-out hit. They Rabbits coming up for the first time. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our four locations to experience the power of four for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Go to the bottom of the first inning here from Brookings, South Dakota. Roberts puts up a 0 in the top half, and we meet the Jackrabbits starting nine for the first time this afternoon, brought to you by LaCourse Law. Luke Lutsky, the DH, leading off here this afternoon. Nolan Graw over at third base bats second. Luke Jones, the catcher, bats third. Nate Watcher, who made that nice diving catch, he's out in right field batting fourth. Nick Work, the second baseman, bats fifth. And Dayton Franke, the first baseman, in the sixth spot. Luke Robalewski, the center fielder, bats seventh. Brady Brown getting his first start of the series, his ninth start of the year. He bats eighth and plays left. Keegan Jerschley, the shortstop, bats ninth. They face off against the left-hander Jackson Farrell, who's 2-0 with a .61 ERA and 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 13 hits, one run. That run earned in his last outing. 4 walks and 19 Ks, an opponent average of .241. We saw Farrell a week ago today in Omaha, where he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, his first run of the year, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. So all in all, a really, really nice outing for Farrell. It was his longest outing of the year as well, so that is something to pay attention to. It'll be really interesting to see how long of a leash that Farrell has this afternoon. Faces off against the right-handed Lutsky, and the first pitch on the way is a little bit low and outside for ball number 1. Farrell, a redshirt freshman out of Owasso, Oklahoma, transferred from the University of Arkansas. His 1-0 pitch on the way to Lutsky is in there for a called strike over the inner half. Lutsky saw a 9-game hit streak go by the wayside yesterday. He's 2 for 6 in the series with a strikeout, batting .285 on the year. Farrell out of the wide to the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Does lead the team with 6 home runs. He's driven in 31, which is second on the Jacks. OPS of .899, which is also up there towards the top in that respective category. Here's the 1-2. Pops it up, and that'll be out of play as Connie Yates watches it go by. The strikeout numbers are something Farrell does well. His season numbers, you obviously hear at 19 Ks, just 4 walks. Is 1-2. That one launched by Lutsky out into the left field. The ballpark will hold it. Combs over to his right makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom half of the first. Farrell has seen the Jackrabbits once already this year. It was on the 14th of March in a relief appearance. 2 1/3, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Here's Nolan Graw with a 16-game hit streak. First pitch to him, that one nearly hit him at the belt. He dodges it. Lefty on lefty matchup here. So with Owen Seegert out, Graw leads the team in average. So leads the team in RBIs with 33 of them. He has picked up 3 RBIs over the weekend. The 1-0 there for a called strike. A .324 hitter. He also leads the team in OPS at .931. He's 2 for 7 over the weekend with a 2-run home run. The 1-1. Chopped foul just off to the left of the batter's circle. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And normally you think Rob would be a bigger factor in this series. The games just haven't been close enough for him to be that bigger factor. Here's the 1-2. That one high and tight. He ducks out of the way of that one to make it 2-2. Farrell looks in at the 2-2 pitch. Rolls it over right side of the infield. Who's it going to be? It is Connor Yates flipping over to Kelly. Or, excuse me, Kelly takes it himself. I'm getting my days mixed up here. First baseman, 3 unassisted. And here comes Luke Jones, the catcher. Base is empty. Connor Yates played first yesterday. He's back on the dish here today. Cooper Kelly is over at first. First pitch on to Jones. And it's in there for a called strike. Jones in his 20th game of the year, his 15th start, batting .318. He's got a 4-game hit streak. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Farrell. Breaking ball on his line outside. Jones with 1 home run, 9 RBIs. 2 for 4 this weekend. 1-1 pitch on the way from Farrell. A liner over to shortstop, and that gets by Ellis into left center field. So 1 out base hit for Luke Jones. Keeps the bottom half of the first alive for the Jackrabbits, just as ORU did in the top half. And that brings up Nate Watcher. Batting .276. He's struggled as of late. Hitless in 4 of his last 6 games. He's 2 for 8 in the series with a pair of RBIs. First pitch on the way from Farrell. Right down the middle for a strike. A runner on with 2 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. No score here in the series finale. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Golden Eagles looking for their 9th win in their last 11 games. And a sweep over the Jacks for the second time. The 0-1. Breaking ball a little bit below the zone, but good location. Watcher able to stay off of that one. Farrell, the lefty, looks over at first, working out of the stretch right now, and he'll throw back over that way. Jones in with a head first dive. Well, entering today, South Dakota State is the last team in the Summit League tournament if the season were to end today. They have a 2-game lead for that final spot over St. Thomas. The 1-1, a breaking ball that drops right through for strike 2. Summit League tournament being hosted up at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis. It's technically being hosted by the Tommies, who are in danger of missing it. 1-2 pitch on the way from Farrell, just inside to make it 2-2. ORU dugout thought he had strike 3, but instead the count is even. It's hard to believe there are only 4 Summit League series left after this one for the Golden Eagles. Here's the 2-2 from Farrell. A swing and a miss for strike 3. He gets him off balance on the breaking ball. And the first strikeout of the afternoon for Jackson Farrell. Each team gets a 2-out single, and each team leaves him on base. We go to the second scoreless tie between the Jackrabbits and the Golden Eagles. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Here to the second inning, no score between Oral Roberts and South Dakota State in Game 3 of this weekend series. Waldo's Chicken is the home of Southern Fried and Fire Roasted Chicken. Don't forget the scratch-made sides like mac and cheese, collard greens, and our hand-cut fries. Waldo's Chicken has 3 convenient locations to serve you: 71st and Yale in Tulsa, Broken Arrow, and Owasso. dine-in to-go delivery and catering. Waldo's Chicken, proud supporters of Golden Eagle Athletics. Well, Cooper Kelly will lead things off for the Golden Eagles out of the 5 spot. Cooper Combs and Ethan Fender will follow him up. Each team gets a 2-out base hit. And each team leaves them at first base. We take a 0-0 tie into inning number 2. First pitch on the way from Ryland. It's the other way off the bat of Kelly, and that'll drop down the left field line. Kelly racing around first. He's thinking 2, and the throw will not be in time. Cooper Kelly in with a stand-up leadoff double in the second inning. The switch hitting Cooper Kelly, hitting from the left side today, goes down the left field line. Got an RBI chance here for Cooper Combs with nobody out and a runner on second. Makes it hits in 6 straight for Cooper Kelly, 9 of his last 10, and his 5th hit of the weekend. So here is Combs, who's 3 for 5 this weekend with a homer and 3 RBIs. First pitch on the way. He shows bunt, and he gets it down off the bump. It is Rylands to grab it, throws over to first in time, but the sacrifice works to perfection. That moves Kelly over to third, and here comes Ethan Fender. RBI. Fender's driven in 6 runs this year. He's driven in 2 over the weekend. First pitch. It's a chopper left side of the infield. This will score the run over to shortstop Jerschley. Throws over the first in time, and that'll make it a 1-0 ball game. Oral Roberts in front as the RBI ground out drives in Cooper Kelly. That's how you do a job right there. And the Golden Eagles score first for the 3rd consecutive time this weekend. Here's Keaton Campbell with the bases empty and 2 outs. ORU this season, when they score first, are 15-6. First pitch on the way to Campbell. No, this is low and outside for a ball. ORU scored 6 runs in the second inning yesterday and twice in the second inning on Friday. 1-0, that one lifted right side down the line. Franke from first and foul ground, still going at the fence, and he watches it fly out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Keaton Campbell, batting .222, his second start of the weekend. He's really kind of gotten on this Friday-Sunday routine with Matthew Maynard catching on Saturdays as of late to put Connie Yates over at first base. Here's the 1-1. Grounder left side of the infield. It's Graw at third. A couple of shuffles, throws across in time. Inning over, but the Golden Eagles strike first. Cooper Kelly with a leadoff double, and he gets moved over with a sacrifice bunt. From Ethan Fender. We go to the bottom of the second inning. ORU in front, 1-0 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. We'll be back in a moment. This is the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Go to the bottom of the second inning from Brookings, South Dakota, and Oral Roberts with an early 1-0 lead. A leadoff double from Cooper Kelly turns into the 7th RBI of the season for Ethan Fender on the ground out, his 3rd RBI of the weekend. And for the 3rd game in a row, Oral Roberts opens up the scoring here this weekend as Jackson Farrell goes back to work against 5, 6, and 7 in the Jackrabbit lineup. Nick Work, Nate and Luke Robalou. 3. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. So glad you can make us part of your Sunday afternoon festivities. As Nick working a 4-game hit streak, batting .272. Leads things off. First pitch on the way from the left-handed Farrell. A little bit outside for a ball. Work 2 for 7 over the series with a strikeout. 1-0, that one down the right field line, and it will get out of play over the Golden Eagle dugout, right side. Even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson Farrell picked up his 20th punch out of the season to end the bottom of the first inning. Gave up a 2-out single, and that was it. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs. Blows it right by Work for strike number 2. Farrell with a deep breath, working out of the line with nobody on, and the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. As we've highlighted all year long, his Golden Eagle pitching staff has been phenomenal. 47. They're 4th in fielding percentage, 47th in ERA. The 2-2 just outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But 47th nationally in ERA at 4.49. They're 43rd in the country in hits per 9 at 8.1. They are 29th in whip at 131. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, went low and outside, and Nick Work follows him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jackson Farrell, dating back to the first inning. 1 gone here in the second. And the final major national stat that really sticks out, 28th in walks per 9 in the country at 3.6. Not a whole lot of free passes given up by this ORU pitching staff. First pitch on the way to Franke. Grounds it over to second base where Martell Davis is, and he throws over to first in time. 1 pitch to retire Dayton Franke, who's still looking for his first hit in his last 5 games now. And here comes Luke Robalewski. Bases empty and 2 outs. He's hitless in his last 3, 0 for 5 in the series with a strikeout, batting .227. Jackson Farrell looking to go 1-2-3 for the first time this afternoon. He's out of the line and fires home the first pitch. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and he takes a strike. Golden Eagles at 13-1 in Summit League play. That matches their best start since 2023. Pitch home, that one low in the dirt. Or you did start 13-0 before being walked off in Fargo in 13 innings. The 1-1 pitch, that one found down the right field line and out of play. ORU fell 2 games short of that 13-0 start. They were 11-0 heading into that Sunday series finale last weekend at Omaha. But unfortunately, were walked off in 12. The 1-2, and that one just pops in and out of the glove of Vailele Kana-Yates after the foul tip. So Robalewski stays alive by the skin of his teeth there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farrell comes out of the wind and fires home. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Farrell looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-2 on the ground left side at third base. It's Campbell. Throws across in time, and he has that 1-2-3 inning right on cue. We go to the third. Oral Roberts with an early 1-0 lead over the Jackrabbits in the Sunday series finale. Stick with us. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball. This is the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
ORU leads it 1-0 after 2 innings in the Sunday series finale up in Brookings, South Dakota against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury, the Don Thornton Auto Group, proud supporter of ORU athletics. Hudson Ellis out of the 9th spot to lead things off for the Golden Eagles in the 3rd. Will Edmondson and Makani Tanaka will follow against the right-handed Caden Rylance, who gave up a run in the 2nd. First pitch swinging Ellis out in the left center field on the run to Jackrabbits, and a diving attempt, and it pops out of the glove of Brown. The left fielder Brown went sprinting over to his left, and Hudson Ellis goes sprinting into 2nd, and the leadoff man for the 2nd consecutive inning is in scoring position. It was into the gap. Brown nearly made a spectacular catch. It popped out of his glove as he made contact with the ground. At ORU with the leadoff man in scoring position and looking to build on this 1-0 lead. They credit Ellis with a double. His 2nd hit of the weekend. He's got hits in 11 of his last 12 games now. First pitch to Will Edmondson in the dirt. Jones able to swallow it up behind the dish. Edmondson with a line out to center field to start off the ball game. He's 0 for 1. Couple looks back at second base by Rylance, and he fires home that one off the end of the bat and threw into right field for Edmondson. He's aboard with a single. The throw comes into the infield, and that'll keep Ellis over at 3rd, and they are on the corners with nobody outs. Good piece of hitting there from Will Edmondson. Single the other way. That brings up Makani Tanaka with an RBI chance after back-to-back hits from the Golden Eagles. Four hits already for ORU. And the first pitch on the way from Rylance misses low and inside at the feet of the left-handed Tanaka. Lined out to the second baseman, Nick Work, his first time up. He's got 4 hits in the series, 4 for 12. He's driven in 2, both on home runs. The 1-0 hits one on the ground, but fouled on the right field line. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Or you put up 8 runs in the 3rd inning yesterday, which was a season high for a run total in a single inning. Throw back over to first on in time to check on Edmondson. They scored 9 runs over the weekend in the 3rd inning, which surpasses the season total heading into the weekend of 7. 1-1. Tanaka on the ground, off the foot of Rylance over to the right side of the infield, and Franke will just step on the first base bag. It will score the run. And Oral Roberts, with back-to-back innings with RBI groundouts, takes a 2-0 lead. Smart play there by Dayton Franke, and Rylance is shaken up. He's going to get checked on. Again, that ball did go off of him and deflected right over to Franke, the first baseman, who fielded it in between Tanaka and the first base bag, and he just stood there and then decided to step on the bag. They're checking on Rylance's left foot, it appears. Left or right foot? It's getting blocked by our camera angle. Developing storyline here. ORU with a 2-0 lead. Tanaka does pick up the RBI, which is his 28th of the season. Edmondson moves up to second in the process. Ryland's still trying to shake it off. And it looks like he's going to be able to stay in the ball game. Good news there. We'll step back on the rubber with a runner on second and one gone here in the third and a run in as Vailele Kane steps in. He singled in the first inning. Chance to make it 3-0 potentially. Good speed at second base. First pitch to him, and he lines it down the line in left field. That'll drop for a base knock. Green light at third for Edmondson. He will score with these, and it's an RBI single for Vailele Kane to make it 3-0. Second hit of the day for Vi already. RBI number 22 for him this season, his fourth of the weekend, and ORU in front by 3. Here comes Martell Davis. Now robbed of a hit on a diving catch made by Watcher to end the first inning. First pitch. That went upstairs for a ball. Still only one out in the inning. RBIs from Tanaka and Connie Yates. The 1-0. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball low and outside. Davis now 4 for 9 over the weekend. Looking to extend in a 10-game hit streak. 1-1. He shows bunt, fails to get it down. He is rung up by the home plate umpire, Jeff Kopecki, to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Man on first, 1 out. 2 runs in for ORU in the frame. And the 1-2. Davis able to chop it foul back into the right towards the ORU on deck circle. So you can now make that 11 runs scored in the third inning over the weekend for Oral Roberts to bring their total up to 18 on the year. Again, the third inning was the least productive inning for the Golden Eagles all season. 1-2. Yeah, that one well upstairs as Rylands falls on the delivery. Count is even at 2. Maybe just he lost his footing. Not sure if that has anything to do with him getting hit by the ball earlier off the bat of Tanaka. Takes a peek over at first before coming set in the midsection. And the 2-2. Low and inside, ball 3. It bounces off the glove of Jones, but not far enough away for Connie Yates to go anywhere. The count full for Martell Davis. 3-0 Oral Roberts in the series finale. Payoff pitch. Down low for ball 4. Good take from Martell Davis as Connie Yates took off on the pitch. Martell Davis reaches for the first time. And that brings up Cooper Kelly, who doubled and scored in the second. Kelly now with hits in 6 consecutive games. Still only 1 out in the third. First pitch. That one runs inside of the belt, nearly hit him. 1 ball, no strikes. Kelly up to 13 RBIs on the year with the 4 runs driven in over the weekend. Chance to add to that total potentially. The 1-0. Slow. He took the bat off the shoulder, but nowhere close to going around. 2 balls and no strikes for the Kansas transfer. Look back at second and the 2-0. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Make it 3 balls and no strikes. Teddy Dutcher said he did not go around. There's a right-hander up and warming for the Jackrabbits. The pitch home to Kelly. That one misses low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Cooper Kelly has loaded the bases with only 1 out in the third. And that brings up Cooper Combs, who laid down a sacrifice bunt. And here comes a meeting, and this could prompt a change. We'll see. Again, earlier in the inning, Makani Tanaka's ground ball went off of Rylance's foot. And again, you got to wonder if that's messing with him at all. And that will be the end of the line. So the Jackrabbits will head to the bullpen here at the top of the third inning. ORU has the bases loaded with only one out, and they lead 3-0. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Back here in Brookings, Oral Roberts leading 3-0 with the bases loaded and only one out as Ty Madison emerges from the bullpen for the second time this weekend. Takes over for Caden Rylance, who goes only 2 1/3, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs for the moment. He is responsible for all 3 on base. He walks 2 batters and does not record a strikeout this afternoon. Numbers for Madison this season, an 0-5 record in 12 appearances, 6 starts. He's got an ERA of 7.75. 33 2/3 innings for him. He's given up 48 hits, 29 runs, all of them earned at 7 walks, 24 Ks, and opponent average of 3.38 as he faces off against Cooper Combs with the bases loaded. Through 2 scoreless innings on Friday against the Golden Eagles. First pitch, drops in for a called strike. Gave up only 1 hit, struck out 2 batters in that outing. Holmes laid down a sac bunt in the second inning, which led to the game's first run. Let's see what he can do here. He's down 0-1 in the count. The pitch home. A little bit outside for a ball. Combs with the bases loaded this year is 0-for-5. So big spot for him. And late time is called by Jones. And they're going to call a balk. The runners start going for Oral Roberts. And now they're being told to go back. And the umpire crew's going to come together here. And I think that's the argument from Oral Roberts because it was such an odd called time. And somebody just got tossed. Somebody just got thrown out of the game. I think it was Nolan Graw. So Nolan Graw just got ejected from the game over at third base. Clearly, he had to have said something, but he goes to the dugout with his arms in the air saying, "What did I do?" And now here's obviously an argument. That is a shocking development here as it is Rob Bishop out of the dugout having an argument after his third baseman just got ejected. That is a crazy and shocking development here. All sorts of stuff going on here. We thought it was a balk at first. All runners started going. Graw gets ejected from the game. And we'll see what South Dakota State decides to do here defensively. I think they're going to go look at something here and to see if this was actually a balk. It'll be the first and third base umpires, Teddy Dutcher and Jonathan Fye, because the home plate umpire, Jeff Kopecki, made the call. They're actually going over to talk with Ryan Fulmer. So I think Ryan Fulmer's asking, well, hey, why isn't it a balk? So Graw is out of the game. So the defensive substitution is Grant Sorensen, number 25. First pitch, or excuse me, the 1-1 pitch to Combs lifted down the left field line, but that'll go foul. So some chaos unfolding here in the third inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Combs with the bases loaded and still only 1 out. And the pitch home. Combs with a ground ball. That'll get through into left center field. That'll score Connie Yates. Davis right behind him. 2 runs come in on the RBI single from Cooper Combs, and he makes it 5-0 here in the third inning. Golden Eagle bats at it again here on Sunday. They've scored 4 times in the inning. RBIs 21 and 22 for Cooper Combs as he drives in Connie Yates and Martell Davis. And that brings up Ethan Fender with runners on first and second. Kelly moves up to second in the process. So the first pitch to Fender on the left side. Then will sneak through into left field. Kelly gets the green light around third. There will be no throw home. And an RBI single for Ethan Fender. His second run driven in today will make it 6-0. The aggressive green light per usual from Ryan Neal at third, and it pays off. And the Golden Eagles up 6-0 here in the third. They've scored 5 times in the inning, and that'll close the book on Caden Rylands. In there for a called strike. All 6 runs will go to him. Keaton Campbell 0 for 1. And the 0-1 pitch to him. Swinging a mess at the ball low and outside. And the third inning has just been, I don't know what you want to call it, just a blessing for Oral Roberts this weekend. Scored 14 runs in the third inning over the course of 3 days. The 0-2 misses low. Still only 1 out in the inning. Runners on first and second. It's Fender on first, Combs on second right now. 4 different Golden Eagles with an RBI in the frame. The 1-2. That one grounded foul left side towards the dugout of South Dakota State. You're just joining us. There's been some madness in this inning. Nolan Graw, the third baseman for South Dakota State, got tossed after there was a balk call, and then they reversed the balk call. Here's the 1-2. That one misses low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Sorensen is in at third right now for the Jackrabbits. Two balls and 2 strikes. Madison fires, and he gets a fly ball out into center field, playable for Robalewski. Both are tagging. Robalewski makes the catch, and Combs will take off for third and get there safely. So productive out for Keaton Campbell. That moves runners to the corners, and that'll bring up Hudson Ellis for the second time in the inning. And once again, it is messy scorebook time here in this series. Or you batted around twice yesterday. First pitch to Ellis, flips it into left center field, and that'll drop for a hit. Combs will score with ease. Fender going corner to corner. And it's an RBI single. Ball gets away in the infield. That'll put Ellis all the way up to second. And Oral Roberts with another run in. He'll go down as a single for Ellis. He gets up to second on the throw in. And that'll bring up Will Edmondson with runners on second and third as Fender goes corner to corner. 7-0 Oral Roberts. And the first pitch. This is low and outside to Edmondson. The 6-run third inning. Pitch home. This is low and outside yet again. Edmondson singled and scored earlier in the frame. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. And the 2-0. This is low and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Real pitch. Edmondson taking all the way. This has just been an absolute clinic this weekend from the ORU offense. 7 runs, 8 hits. They're out hitting the Jacks 8-1 in the early going. A 3-1 swung on and missed. Breaking ball, it drops off the table to make it a full count. You know, things have spiraled. And a payoff pitch from Ty Madison. Low and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Edmondson walks and reaches for the second time, and that brings up Makani Tanaka, who's 0-2. He has driven in an RBI with a ground out earlier this inning that went off the foot of Rylands, which prompted him to get checked out. Let's see if Makani Tanaka can get in on the fun with the bases loaded and 2 gone. First pitch to him, and he swings at it, but grounds it foul right side. It's knocked down by Scott Hood, coaching first. Oh, 1. Grounded foul, right side yet again. Hood couldn't make that play, and the dugout is going to let him know about it. He gives him the little bit of a head shake, saying, all right, I can't make every play. It's good stuff over there from Scott Hood at first base. They affectionately call him Hoodie. So it's 0-2 to Makani Tanaka. The pitch home. This is low. 7-0 Golden Eagles. They've scored 6 times in the third. It's been a series that has been dominated by Oral Roberts, and that continues today. The 1-2 from Ty Madison upstairs. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madison fires the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got Tanaka to chase down low, and that finally puts an end to the top of the third inning. But Oral Roberts puts 6 runs on the board in the frame, and they take a 7-0 lead to the bottom half of the third inning. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
ORU takes a 7-0 lead into the bottom of the third inning as they score 6 times in the top half of the frame. And they are in firm control here in the Sunday series finale. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Jackson Farrell goes back to work after a 1-2-3 second. RBIs credited to Makani Tanaka, Vailele Kana Yates, Cooper Combs drives in a pair, Ethan Fender drives in a run, Hudson Ellis drives in a run. If that's not spreading the love, then I don't know what is. As 5 different Golden Eagles drive in 6 runs on 7 hits. And they are in firm control yet again against the Jackrabbits. As Brady Brown leads things off. And the first pitch. Brown takes a strike at the bottom half. If you're just joining us, Grant Sorensen is in place of Nolan Graw, who got thrown out in the top half of the inning. 0-1 misses low. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. There was a situation where Jeff Kopecki called time behind the plate. Third base umpire Teddy Dutcher didn't necessarily hear it, so he called a balk. Here's the 1-1, a big swing and a miss. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then he realized that time had been called, and apparently Graw had said something, and that was that. Here's the 1-2. It's a ground ball right side of the infield. And the throw over to first just barely beats him. Nice play from Martell Davis at second base. Nice 4-3 putout to begin the bottom of the third inning. Here comes Keegan Jersley, the shortstop. Gone, and the base is empty here in the home half of the third inning from Brookings. First pitch on the way from Farrell. It's a swing and a miss. Oh, 1. Right down the pipe for strike 2. Jackson Farrell looks in control. Very reminiscent of what Brendan Asher was doing to start off his day on Tuesday, pounding the strike zone. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. They appeal over to first. He did not go around. It was close. Farrell has thrown 35 pitches. 23 of them have been strikes. He's out of the wide and fires in the 1-2. Breaking ball, swung and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Jackson Farrell. That's the second out here in the third. He has retired 6 in a row. So they get 36 pitches, 24 strikes. Equates to 66% strike rate. And here's the top of the order. First pitch to Lusky, a 3/4 swing and miss. Regrettable swing and miss there for strike number 1. Lusky 0 for 1 of the fly out into left field to lead off the offensive half of the game for the Jackrabbits. Farrell out of the wide, the 0-1. This is outside. Bounces off the glove of Connie Yates, the backstop, but of course no consequence because nobody's on base. 7-0 Golden Eagles, bottom 3. Base is empty, 2 gone. Farrell out of the wide and fires the 1-1. That one fouled straight back to the nets. They got 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farrell looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2. That one just fought off. Hits the chest plate of Connie Yates in the process. It winds up just up the first baseline in foul ground. We'll try the 1-2 yet again. Farrell fires. In the air, right side, foul ground. Kelly over from first. He'll watch it sail out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. We'll try it for the third time. And the pitch home. Off the end of the bat into center field. Playable for Tanaka, who breaks in at the last moment. Loses his hat in the process. And he makes the grab for the third out of the inning. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 together by Jackson Farrell. And we go to the fourth. Oral Roberts in control, leading 7-0 over South Dakota State. We'll be back in a moment. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
We go to the fourth inning from Brookings, a 7-0 Golden Eagle lead in the Sunday series finale. TTCU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the exclusive credit union partner of Oral Roberts University. Founded by teachers in 1934, TTCU serves more than 150,000 members with 20 branch locations. If you don't have the ORU School Pride Visa debit card, get one today and support the Golden Eagles. Visit ttcu.com/ORU for details. Jackrabbits have dipped back into the bullpen as Ty Madison only goes 2/3 of an inning. And it'll be Tristan Agadal taking over in relief. Face off against Vailele Kana-Yates to lead off the top of the fourth. First pitch on the way and a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Jones behind the dish. For strike one. Final line for Ty Madison. 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. That run earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Pitch home to Kana-Yates. Just a little bit low. It's the first time we've seen Agadal in the series this weekend. It's not the first time we've seen Tristan Agadal this season. 1-1. Kana-Yates takes a ball low and outside. 13 appearances for him, a record of 2-1 with a 3.63 ERA, 22 1/3 innings. Has given up 18 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned, 13 walks to 29 strikeouts at a opponent average of 222. The 2-1, a check swing from Kana-Yates. He's rung up by home plate umpire Jeff Kopecki to make it 2-2. Agadal, a sophomore from Caledonia, Minnesota. 2-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Went upstairs, and Kana-Yates went with them. First strikeout is the first out of the fourth inning. Last time out for Agadal, he threw 3 innings scoreless against St. Thomas. Gave up 5 hits, struck out 3 batters. Pitched twice against ORU at Chapman Park. Threw 2/3 of an inning on the 14th of March. Gave up 1 hit and 1 run, no walks, no strikeouts. And then again on the 15th, that Sunday, through 2/3 of an inning. First pitch to Marco Davis into the hands. In that outing, he gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, no walks, and a strikeout. 1 ball and no strikes to Martell Davis. 1 gone and the base is empty. Swings at it, fouls it back to the right. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis 0 for 1 officially. He did walk and score, though, in the third. Part of a 6-run frame for the Golden Eagles. 1-1. There for a called strike. The bottom half to make it 1-2. Agadal is a presence on the bump. He is 6'8". His 1-2. Misses low as Davis able to lay off the ball in the dirt. Threw 17 times last year, all out of the bullpen, which was tied for the second most appearances on the squad. Is 2-2. Martell Davis hits it on the ground over to Jerschley at shortstop. Throws across, and a nice pick by Franke at first to retire Martell Davis. 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth. It's up to Cooper Kelly to keep the inning going. Kelly 1 for 1 with a double. He also walked on 4 pitches in the third. He has scored both times. Steps in with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the top of the fourth inning. A 7-0 ORU lead. First pitch. This is high and tight for a ball. Kelly extended that hit streak to 6 straight. He's now scored 5 runs over the course of the weekend. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Agadal is a check swing off the bat. I beg your pardon, it didn't hit his bat and just bounced away. From our angle on the screen we're watching here remotely, it looked like it hit his bat. Instead, it's 2-0. Beg your pardon. He swings at that one. That one definitely went off of his bat as he grounds it foul down the left field line. Again, if you're wondering, this will be the only series we do remotely. So we appreciate you bearing with us here on the ORU Sports Network. The 2-1, and Kelly fouls it back into the right. The Golden Eagles will be at home next weekend against North Dakota State, where they will play 4 over the course of 3 days. Before that, will play their second and final game of the regular season against the Oklahoma Sooners down in Norman on Tuesday night. That should be a good one. Here's the 2-2 on the way to Kelly. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Tristan Agadal. And he puts together a 1-2-3 top. Bottom half, Oral Roberts in control on Sunday. They lead the Jackrabbits 7-0 in the series finale. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Ryan Fulmer's squad looking good as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. They've got a 7-0 lead over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network as Jackson Farrell back out to work. He has retired 7 consecutive batters after allowing a 2-out single in the first inning. ORU looking for win number 23 on the year, conference win number 14. 15th consecutive win over the Jackrabbits. So win today would be their 90th win all time against South Dakota State on the baseball diamond. Grant Sorensen leads things off in place for the ejected Nolan Graw. If you're just joining us, first pitch, he sends it foul back into the right, 0-1. Graw was ejected in the top of the third after a weird no balk situation because time was called early. But he was thrown out by Teddy Dutcher at third base. 0-1 misses low and outside. Make it 1 ball and 1 strike. We saw Sorensen yesterday. We saw a lot of people yesterday in the lineup just because of the nature of how big the lead was. The 1-1, that one misses outside. Sorensen was 1 for 1 with a single. He also walked on 4 pitches and scored one of the 2 runs that the Jacks scored yesterday. 2-1 pitch misses outside by Farrell. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man. Golden Eagles scored once in the second, 6 times in the third to take a 7-0 lead. The 3-1 from Farrell, high and outside, ball 4. So Sorensen aboard with a leadoff walk in the 4th inning. Brings up Luke Jones, 1 for 1 with a single, the only other Jackrabbit to reach base. One of the big questions we had to, how long is the leash for Jackson Farrell here today? He's been quite efficient. He went 4 innings last time, which was his longest outing of the year. I would imagine he's going to surpass that here today. First pitch in there for a called strike. Now it's his 51st pitch of the ball game. Double play is in order. ORU turned 2 of them yesterday to bring their season total up to 30. The 0-1. A little bit outside off the plate. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Good location, though, from Farrell. And Jones, his single in the first was his 3rd hit of the series. A 1-1 sends it foul back into the right. One ball and 2 strikes with the leadoff man on. Farrell comes set, peeks over at first, fires the 1-2 off the end of the bat, foul down the left field line. Farrell trying to work around this leadoff walk. Is 1-2 yet again. In the air, right center. Tanaka breaking in on a full sprint. He dives, and it's in and out of his glove. Sorensen was hung up between first and second. He will stay at second. And the first 2 men reach here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That brings up Nate Watcher over the strikeout. Should see what they scored this. It was in Tanaka's glove on the dive. Nearly had it. First pitch to Watcher, and that one bounces away from Connie Yates. Way to the backstop, and everybody else moves up to 90 feet. They do score it as a hit for Jones officially. And each runner moves up a base on the pass ball. One ball and no strikes to Watcher, who's driven in 20 this year. His 1-0. That one misses a little bit outside. My goodness, these are not missed by much. Off the end of the bat, shallow center. Davis back from second. Tanaka in from center, and it's Davis making the catch. He throws over to third. It'll score the run, and that'll put the Jackrabbits on the board. It was a sacrifice fly. The second baseman, which is a rare sentence to say. It scores Sorensen to make it 7-1. Now bring up Nick Word. Runner on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Jackrabbits on the board to make it 7-1. Just the second run allowed all year by Farrell. First pitch is a weak dribbler foul back into the right. Work struck out his first time up. Trying to extend what is a 4-game hit streak right now. He struck out twice over the weekend. 0-1 from Farrell. Misses down low as Connie Yates able to smother it behind the dish. 1 ball, 1 strike count. One, a breaking ball, nasty stuff. He gets a swing and a miss to make it strike 2, 1-2. Farrell trying to limit the damage here. Be a big second out if he can get it. And a 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went right back to that breaking ball, a thing of beauty. And the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Jackson Farrell is out number 2 here in the 4th. They'll bring up Dayton Franke. Franke still 0 in the series, 0 for 7 with a pair of walks. He's hitless in his last 5 games, not including today. And the first pitch to him. It's that one in the air out to right field. Well hit. Edmondson ranging back, but he makes the catch on the warning track, and the inning is over. So Farrell does a nice job to limit the damage, but a sacrifice fly from Nate Watchers scores Grant Sorensen in the series finale. We go to the 5th. ORU still in firm control. They lead the Jackrabbits 7-1 on Sunday. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Get people in your door by going outdoors. Out there, it's drive time all the time. Travelers are a captive audience from point A to point B, and they'll see your advertising all day, every day. People change radio stations, but they rarely change their commute to work or their favorite places. It's high reach, high frequency, and one of the most dependable advertising mediums around. Let the professionals at Lamar Outdoor help you tap this valuable resource today.
Go to the 5th inning from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts leading it 7-1 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Cooper Combs leading things off against Tristan Agadol. He shows bunt and he gets it down left side, but it'll trickle foul. Trying to catch the Jackrabbit defense napping. Combs will hustle back over to home plate. 0-1 to him. Agadol with a really nice performance in the 4th, pair of strikeouts. And around to a 1-2-3 inning, the first time that ORU has gone in order here today. It is only the 4th time all weekend that ORU has gone in order. Agadol's 0-1. It's all left-hander, fires inside to Combs. They get 1 ball and 1 strike. Plenty of action going on around the Summit League here today. Doubleheader between Omaha and North Dakota State. And believe it or not, a game has got going up in Fargo. Here's the 1-1 in there for a called strike. Games were canceled on Friday and Saturday, but Sunday doubleheader is going right now at North Dakota State. We'll get you that score here after this pitch. Here's the 1-2 from Agadol, breaking ball that misses outside. In the top of the 8th inning, Omaha leading North Dakota State in Fargo 6-4. Game 2 of that doubleheader scheduled for 4 p.m. Agadol's 2-2 to Combs, misses low. And no, Northern Colorado and St. Thomas did not go 20-plus innings today. They played the longest game in Summit League history yesterday, 21 innings, which resulted in a Northern Colorado walk-off win, 8-7. The game was played in Minneapolis, though. The payoff pitch, Combs lines it out into left center field, ranging back Brown, and he makes the catch 2 steps shy of the warning track for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th inning. It was a makeup game. That's why Northern Colorado was the home on the campus of St. Thomas. But earlier today, the Tommies get revenge. They beat the Northern Colorado Bears 11-3. So UNC falls to 7-9 in Summit League play. St. Thomas at 4-9 now. First pitch on the way, and that one runs inside, and it hits Ethan Fender. So first base runner to reach against Aguedal, a hit by pitch for Ethan Fender. One out base runner here in the top of the fifth inning as he's limping that one off. The athletic trainer alongside head coach Ryan Fulmer out to go check on him. I think he'll be fine. It's just more of a precautionary measure. It is cold out. Never feels good when you get plunked when it's cold out. Fender says he's just fine. That's a good sign. Northern Colorado and South Dakota State are kind of fighting for that 3-4 positioning right now. They're not too far behind Omaha as well. Pitch home, and that one misses to Keaton Campbell, who steps in for the third time. He's 0 for 2. Only Golden Eagle other than Makani Tanaka to not reach base. 1-0, that smacks foul back into the rights. The Golden Eagles with a pretty comfortable lead for first, especially if they end up winning here today. Omaha, again, is winning right now in game one of that doubleheader. But 2-4 positioning is kind of wish-wash, if you will. 1-1, high and outside to Campbell. 2 balls and a strike. So that is a look at your Summit League scoreboard. A lot of top 25 action going on as well. The 2-1. Campbell down the right field line. Will it stay in play? Driving watcher back. He looks up and it's off the wall. Campbell goes the other way, knocks it off the wall. That'll send Fender all the way over to third base. And it's a double for Keaton Campbell to put him on second and third with only 1 out. Big piece of hitting from Keaton Campbell. His first of the day, his second hit of the weekend. And that puts a big RBI opportunity in front of Hudson Ellis, who steps in for the third time. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI single and a double with a run scored. Ellis drove in his 21st run in the third. And the first pitch to him. This is high and tight for ball 1. Fender on third, Campbell on second. A hit by pitch and a double. Infield in for the Jackrabbits. ORU leading 7-1 here in the top of the fifth. Add some insurance. And we're going to have a reset here with Aguedal. He stepped on the bump and then he stepped off of it. Aguedal fires and the 1-0. It's a little bit outside. Good eye from Hudson Ellis. Ellis with runners in scoring position, batting .361 this year. The 2-0 misses low and outside, balls and no strikes. He is 13 for 36, which is one of the highest sample sizes on Oral Roberts. It is the third highest. And the 3-0 pitch takes all the way for strike 1. The wind is not blowing as drastically today as it has been the first 2 games of the series. 3-1. On the ground, weakly hit. That one off the leg of the shortstop, Jersley, though, and it kicks into center field. That'll score Fender, and into second, Hudson Ellis, as he was sprinting the whole way. How about that hustle from Hudson Ellis? He drives in another run to make it 8-1 as Fender scores. Campbell goes up to third, and here's the top of the order. How about that effort from Hudson Ellis? Somehow, someway, he got up to second base on that one. And here is Edmondson 1 for 2 with a single and a walk to go along with a run scored. We'll see if they mark that as a hit or not for Ellis. First pitch on the way. Almost is a little bit inside. The Jackrabbits have already committed one error here today. It was a throwing error, which was their 28th of the season. Pitch home to Edmondson. Off the end of the bat, right side. Glove to the backhand at second base by Work, who throws over to first in time, but it'll score Keaton Campbell to make it a 9-1 ball game. RBI ground out for Will Edmondson. This is 15th run driven in this season. And here comes McConaughey with 2 gone. Keeps Ellis at second base. A runner on second with 2 gone and 2 in. First pitch to Tanaka, swing and a miss. 9-1 Golden Eagles. Nice comeback after the 1-2-3 top of the 4th. Tanaka smacks that one foul back into the left. 0-2 to Makani Tanaka, looking for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. He has driven in a run, though, his 28th of the year, which leads the team. No balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch home upstairs. And the 1-2 on the way from Agadal. This is high and outside. Oral Roberts has now scored in 3 of the 5 innings. 1 in the second, 6 in the third, 2 in the 5th. And the 2-2. Tanaka smacks it foul the other way yet again. Hudson Ellis on second base. They do count it as an error for Ellis, so he does not get credit for a hit. The 2-2 again to Tanaka. Skies it out into right field and shallow. It's Watcher in. He calls off the second baseman, and he makes another diving catch. Man, it has been an adventure out there for Watcher and companies. He calls off Work, and he's able to retire Tanaka to end the top of the 5th inning. But Oral Roberts scores 2 more times. An RBI for Will Edmondson and some hustle from Hudson Ellis. Oral Roberts takes a 9-1 lead to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back in a moment from Brookings, South Dakota. All Golden Eagles all the time yet again. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Go to the bottom of the 5th inning from Brookings, South Dakota. And, well, we have a statistical correction to make for you. ORU scores once in that inning. So it is 8-1 Oral Roberts. Much apologies there as, again, we are doing the game remotely. Can't necessarily see all the base runners at once. We thought that there was a run that came in on Edmondson's on Edmondson's ground out. It is not an RBI anymore because nobody scored. Campbell is stranded on third base. So they score one time on one hit. There is one error. They leave 2 in the top half of the 5th inning. They take an 8-1 lead in the bottom half. Again, this is the only series we're doing remotely. We're learning as we go. As the first pitch on the way from Jackson Farrell to Luke Robalewski is fouled straight back for strike 1. A 1. Farrell misses a little bit inside. ORU has been dominant here today, as they have been all weekend. 1-1. Off the end of the bat into right center. That'll drop for a base hit over the head of Davis. Leadoff single for Luke Robalewski. So here comes Brady Brown, over 1 with a green out to second base. Leadoff man on for the Jackrabbits. They put the leadoff man on in the 4th as well. They ended up scoring that run. Double play in effect for Oral Roberts. And the first pitch in the air. All back into the right. Farrell looking for his longest outing of the year. He's tied it this far with 4 complete innings. He went 4 innings last Sunday against Omaha. Will likely surpass that here today. Surprised if he wasn't able to make it 1 out in this inning. 0-1. Just a little bit below the zone. The right-hander up and beginning to throw for Oral Roberts. He still has the hoodie on. That's how cold it is. Farrell looks back over to first base after coming set, fires home the 1-1. Breaking ball that just misses outside. Again, his misses outside have not been by much. Farrell ready at the chest and the 2-1. That one found straight back to the netting. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. ORU with 8 runs and 9 hits, no errors. They have left 6. South Dakota State, 1 run, 3 hits. They have committed 2 errors here today. They have left 2 on base. The 2-2 from Farrell. In the air, shallow right field. Edmondson charging in, and he makes the catch into the wind. There's out number 1 here in the 5th inning, and it is officially the longest outing for Jackson Farrell this season. With that out recorded, that brings up Keegan Jerschley. 0 for 1 in the 3rd inning. Jerschley hitless in 2 of his last 3 games. He's 2 for 5 over the series. First pitch to him. He lines it down the left field line. That'll get down for a base hit into the corners. Combs has to run it down all the way to the wall. Robalewski will score on this play. Going up to 3rd is Jerschley, and he's in there safely. Keegan Jerschley, an RBI extra base hit to make it 8-2 here in the 5th inning. That went all the way down the corner, and Combs made a subpar angle on it, which allowed the baseball to get all the way to the base of the wall, and Jerschley takes full advantage, getting up to 3rd. And here comes Luke Lusky at the top of the order. And that'll prompt a meeting for Oral Roberts. Does officially go down as a triple for Keegan Jerschley. It's the 11th triple of the year for the Jackrabbits. They are 48th in the country in the triple category with 10 of them coming into today. That is their 11th, and Oral Roberts will head to the bullpen. So Farrell exits with 4 1/3, his new career high in innings pitched, but it ends there. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this break. Golden Eagles still in front 8-2 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits when we come back on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
It's Jack Hill out of the bullpen for Oral Roberts here in the bottom of the 5th inning as 1 run is in with 1 out on an RBI triple from Keegan Jersley to make it an 8-2 ball game. ORU still in front. Jackson Farrell leaves with 4 1/3 inning. Gives up 4 hits, 2 runs. He's responsible for the man on third base, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. All in all, not a bad outing for Jackson Farrell. His longest outing of the season. Yeah, we turn our attention to one of the best relievers in the Summit in Jack Hill. 15 appearances for him, a record of 3-0 with a 2.89 ERA, a whip of .86, 28 innings. He's given up 17 hits, 9 runs, all of them earned, 7 walks, 15 Ks, and put an average of 183. He faces off against the top of the orders. Luke Lusky comes in. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts here today. And the first pitch. Hill fires low for a ball. Last time out for Jack Hill came against Central Arkansas through a scoreless 1-2-3 inning. After giving up 4 in an inning and a third at Omaha. Gave up a pair of home runs. 1-0. Breaking ball, and it drops in for a called strike. Hill fires the 1-1, and that one fouled off the shin of Lusky. Hill got a save against Oklahoma State. He actually picked up 3 saves in the week of April 2nd through the 7th. 2 saves against Northern Colorado and then 1 against Oklahoma State. Omaha was the first outing we really seen Jack struggle. He gave up back-to-back home runs, which accounted to all 4 runs that he gave up. His 1-2. That one off the hands, jammed him. Pop fly over to second base. Martell Davis makes the catch. That keeps the runner at third. That is a big, big out. Nicely done by Jack Hill and company. And there are 2 gone here in the 5th inning. And it's up to Grant Sorensen to try and keep the inning rolling for the Jackrabbits. He walked his first time. And later scored in the 4th inning. Runner on third, 2 gone. And the first pitch from Jack Hill is fouled off the end of the bat to the backstop. 0-1. So are you leading 8-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning? Trying to pull off the sweep of the Jackrabbits, not only for the weekend, but for the regular season. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Hit a ball low and outside. Nice breaking ball there from Hill. Quickly 0-2 and a strike away from getting out of it. For his first strikeout in the 0-2. He's got it with a swing and a miss for strike 3. He gets Sorensen swinging, and Jack Hill comes in, and he gets 2 quick outs. An RBI triple from Keegan Jersley scores Luke Robalewski and gets the Jacks back on the board, but ORU takes an 8-2 lead to the 6th. When we come back, this is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four. With Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our four locations to experience the power of four for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Sixth inning from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts leading 8-2 over the Jackrabbits in the Sunday series finale. Empire Fence of Tulsa leading a legacy built on excellence since 1955, a family-owned and operated. 70 years of trust in Oklahoma. Experience the Empire difference at EmpireFence.net. The Jackrabbits get a run back in the bottom of the fifth inning, an RBI triple from Keegan Jerschley. Ends up scoring Luke Robalewski, but that would be all they would get. Jackson Farrell ends up with 2 earned runs, and that is it as Jack Hill comes out of the pen and gets 2 quick outs. First pitch on the way to Vailele Kana-Yates, who leads things off for the Golden Eagles in the 6th, facing off against Tristan Agadal. Kana-Yates 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, a run, and an RBI. 1-0. Oh, misses high and outside. Kana-Yates now with 6 hits across the weekend. He is 6 for 12. I would venture to say that's pretty good. Here's the 2-0. So low and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. ORU scored in 3 of 5 innings. The 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. 3-0 pitch right down the pipe. They scored once in the 2nd, 6 times in the 3rd, and then once in the 5th. And the 3-1 pitch on the way to Kana-Yates. That one's upstairs for ball 4. Leadoff walk for Vailele Kana-Yates. Golden Eagles have the leadoff man on in the 6th inning. Here comes Martell Davis, who's 0 for 2. Walked in the 3rd inning and scored a run. Walks have been a big proponent to the Golden Eagles' success this weekend. They walked a season-high 12 times yesterday. First pitch on the way from Agadal, and that one fouled off the shin of Martell Davis, who does not wear a shin guard in the box. And he comes up very gimpy after that one. That couldn't have felt good. He takes an extra couple of seconds to walk that one off as Evan Roche, the athletic trainer, is out of the dugout. Jogs over to him. Ryan Fulmer and Ryan Neal also walk over there. And it is cold out, and then you take a foul ball right off the bare shin. I mean, that cannot feel good in the slightest. Davis takes an extra couple of steps to try and walk this one off. And in a game 2 and in a series where you have been in control really from start to finish, you don't want to leave with any sort of nicks in your lineup. It looks like Davis is going to be all right. Leave a mark tomorrow, but for the time being, he's going to stay in. So that's always a good sign. Painful strike. 0-1. A 1 pitch to Martell. He takes the ball down low. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned a season-high 12 walks in a ball game yesterday for Oral Roberts. Their second highest total was 9 against Southern Illinois on the 15th of February. 1-1. Swing and a miss to the ball low and outside. Makes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keep in mind, those 12 walks came after a Friday game where they did not walk once. 1-2 to Davis. Ground ball left side. That'll poke through into left field. First hit of the day from Martin Davis, his 5th of the weekend. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out in the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Cooper Kelly. 1 for 2 with a double. He's also walked on 4 pitches. Brown scored twice. A chance to grow the ORU lead here in the 6th. Davis still a little bit hobbly over there at first, but he's going to stick through it. First pitch to Cooper Kelly. Pops it up in the infield. Who's it going to be? Right side, foul ground. It's Franke on top of the line, the first baseman making the grab. So Kelly retired on 1 pitch, and that'll turn the page to Cooper Combs. 1 for 2 with a 2-run in the 3rd inning. He's laid down a sac bunt and flew out to left field last inning. Lefty on righty. Agadol the lefty. 6'8" fires. Misses low and inside for ball number 1. Vailele Connie-Yates on second base. Martell Davis on first base after a walk and a single for those two. Oh, misses high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Combs. Up to 22 RBIs on the season to go along with 5 home runs. That home run came earlier in the weekend. He's got 4 hits across the weekend as well. 2-0. And outside again. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, Agadol has struggled with the command a little bit as of late. He has hit a batter and he's walked a batter. He is in danger of walking another batter here, and the bullpen for the Jacks is quiet. The 3-0 right down the middle as Combs takes it all the way. Yesterday, the Jackrabbits used 5 arms out of the bullpen. Oral Roberts has used 3 arms out of the bullpen all series long. The 3-1 from Agadol. This is upstairs, ball 4, and they are loaded. Second walk of the inning from Tristan Agadol. That moves Connie-Yates over to third, Davis up to second. And here comes Ethan Fender, the designated. Chance to really try and blow this one open. ORU leading 8-2. Fender 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He's driven in 2 runs today. He comes out swinging, and he comes up empty on the first pitch to make it 0-1. RBI total up to 8 now for Fender. He was hit by a pitch most recently in the 5th, came around to score. 0-1, big swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Bases loaded, 1 out, and the 0-2 to Fender. This is low. Fender on the year with the bases loaded. This is his first opportunity. The 1-2 upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now that prompts movement up in the Jackrabbit bullpen for the moment. Agadol ready, and it's 2-2. And that one fouled straight back. Fender stays alive. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two yet again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Went outside and Fender chased. 3rd strikeout for Agadol, his first since the 4th inning. Big second out there for the Jackrabbits. brings up Keaton Campbell. He doubled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3. Steps in with 2 outs and the bases full of Golden Eagles, leading 8-2. Or are you trying to score for the 4th inning? Good pitch, check swing, and he is rung up anyway by home plate umpire Jeff Kopecki. Campbell is 2 for 2 this year with the bases loaded. 0-1 pitch on the way. Grounds it left side of the infield. This is going to be a tough play for the third baseman, Sorensen, but he's able to make it in time, and the inning is over. The Golden Eagles will load them up with only 1 out, and they come up empty. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Oral Roberts still in front by 6. 8-2 over the Jackrabbits when we come back. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
We go to the home half of the 6th inning here from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts leading the Jackrabbits 8-2 in the Sunday series finale. Need a home run for your next event? Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills and the Ruffin Event Center have been teammates since day one. With 100,000 square feet of combined space, we've always been the city's double play for any occasion. Call 918-493-7000 to secure your dates at Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills today. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Yes. Jack Hill took over in the 5th. They got 2 quick outs after an RBI triple from Keegan Jerschley put the Jacks back on the scoreboard. And Jack Hill takes back over here in the 6th against Luke Jones to lead things off. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Hill comes out of the line, and the first pitch on the way. This is low and outside for ball number 1. Over, you had the bases loaded with only 1 gone in the top half of the frame. They come up empty. So it remains a 6-run ball game. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Grant Sorensen struck out in the 5th inning. He's in place of Nolan Graw, who, if you are just joining us, got ejected in the 3rd inning, the top half of it, after confusion about a balk call. 1-1. This is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. It was a quick ejection. One that we were not expecting to see so early in the ball game, but we got it. The 2-1. A swing and a miss. Ball low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We teased earlier a lot of ranked teams in action here today. We'll get you those scores here in just a moment in the world of baseball. Hill ready, and his 2-2 on the way. Just low and outside. Count is full to the leadoff man, Luke Jones. With number 7, Coastal Carolina hosting Georgia State, top of the 8th inning. Georgia State with a 9-5 lead. Coastal Carolina's already won the series, though. Payoff pitch from Jack Hill. That went off the end of the bat in the air, shallow right down the line. Will anybody get to it? It lands in foul ground. We will try it again. Number 22, Southern Miss hosting Texas State. That game tied at 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Southern Miss looking for the series sweep. Number 25, Ole Miss at Tennessee. Ole Miss has won the first 2 games, but Tennessee leads the finale 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Number 15, West Virginia hosting. West Virginia looking for the series win. Both teams split the first two games. They're up 7-0 in the bottom of the seventh inning. Another payoff pitch on the way from Jack Hill. Another pop-up. Same spot right side over towards the fence, and Kelly will watch it fly well out of play. Bottom of the seventh, Nebraska hosting number 12 USC. The Huskers looking for the series sweep, and they are well on their way to doing so. They lead it 15-6 in the bottom of the seventh inning over the Trojans. Number 3, North Carolina hosting number 2, Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech looking to salvage the finale. They lead it 5-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Hill with a third payoff pitch. A third fly ball over to right field. This time it's in fair ground. Well playable for Edmondson, who makes the catch. And there's the first out of the bottom of the sixth. So Jones retired for the first time, and that brings up Nate Watcher. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. He drove the run on a sacrifice fly in the fourth. More top 35 teams in action. Number 8, Florida State beating Notre Dame 6-4 in the bottom of the eighth. Number 17, Mississippi State on top of South Carolina on the road, 3-1 in the bottom of the eighth. First pitch from Hill, right down the pipe. Number 19, Oregon at Illinois, leading the Illini 4-3. That series tied at 1 in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the opponent that ORU will see next is in action right now. Pitch home from Hill. That misses low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nate Watcher. And number 14, Oklahoma, looking for the series sweep over Missouri. They lead it 4-0 in the top of the third from Norman. 1-1 from Hill. Ground ball left side, foul. Of course, Oral Roberts lost against Oklahoma 4-0 at Chapman Park, but it was a game that they were in from start to finish. And, well, if you take the offense that we've seen from ORU now into that game back at the end of March, you could argue that it went another way. 1-2, drops in there for a called strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Jack Hill, his second strikeout. First of the looking variety. There's 2 gone and the base is empty for Nick Work, who has struck out twice here today. But Oklahoma at 26-12 overall, 9-8 in the SEC. First pitch home, and that one a little bit upstairs. If you remember last year, ORU went into Norman and beat the 15th ranked Sooners at the time, 5-3, to split that regular season series. 1-0. Hit hard on the ground, but foul left side. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike to Nick Work. Jack Hill looking for a 1-2-3-6. A 1-1 pitch inside of 2 balls and a strike. And in Norman, it's no longer Eldale Mitchell Park. It's Kimry Family Stadium now. A 2-1. That went off the end of the bat towards the netting and foul. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. A part of renovations that are being done there over the course of a few years. And the 2-2 from Hill, low and outside. And the next 2 midweeks for ORU are against in-conference foes. OU on Tuesday. Here's the payoff pitch. In there, called strike 3. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Jack Hill. His 3rd K in relief. He's gone 5 up, 5 down. Out of the bullpen. We go to the 7th. ORU hanging on to a 6-run lead over the Jackrabbits. They're in front 8-2 in the Sunday series finale. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Golden Eagles leading at 8-2 as we go to the top of the 7th from Brookings, South Dakota. Sunday series finale between the Jackrabbits and the Golden Eagles. There are a few things you can live without, like your morning coffee and wireless internet, but there's one thing you can never live without, and that is blood. Your donation can save up to 3 lives, so what are you waiting for? Sign up to get blood today at OBI.org. Hudson Ellis leads things off out of the 9-hole for the Golden Eagles in the top of the 7th inning. Jack Hill has gone 5 up, 5 down in relief of Jackson Farrell. He has looked like the Jack Hill we have been used to seeing. Tristan Agadal goes back to work, and he fires low for ball 1. Well, Agadal has completed 3 innings. His longest outing of the year is 3 2/3. 1-0 in there for a called strike. He did that against North Dakota State on the 21st of March. Gave up no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and he struck out 4 batters. Really nice outing for him. And we mentioned earlier his last outing was 3 1/3, so he's not unaccustomed to this type of workload. The 1-1, well upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Jackrabbits have won the last 3 games he has pitched in. 2-1. Going outside, ball 3. ORU, though, obviously threatening that streak right now, leading 8-2 in the 7th. We mentioned the next 2 midweeks for ORU are against in-state foes this Tuesday against Oklahoma on the road. As 3-1 from Agadal misses outside for a leadoff walk. Hudson Ellis reached for the 4th time today. Double, an RBI single, an error, and now a walk for him. Here comes Will Edmondson at the top of the order. And then a week from Tuesday, ORU will take on Oklahoma State for the second of 3 meetings at One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa. That should be a really, really fun game. And speaking of One Oak Field and OSU and OU, those two played each other at One Oak Field last Tuesday. The game was cut short because of the tornadoes that came through that night. Pitch on the way to Edmondson in there for a called strike. So luckily, the people at ORU made the smart decision of moving that UCA game up from 6 p.m. to 3 p.m., or else we would have been in a load of trouble down the stretch in that game. 0-1, runner takes off from first, pitch home, and there's no throw down to second. We did not get a view of the pitch home, so we will await to see what the official call was. It was a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Edmondson. And it'll be stolen base for Ellis with no throw. That is his 7th stolen base of the year, the 1-1. Ellis is low and inside. ORU's 19th stolen base of the season. They are last in the conference in that category. They saw an opportunity. They took it, though. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the 7th. 2-1 for Edmondson. He slaps it the other way down the right field line. That'll drop for a base hit and get all the way to the wall. This will score Hudson Ellis with ease. Edmondson into second, and he's got an RBI double, his first run driven in today, and that makes it a 9-2 Golden Eagle lead. Second hit of the day for Edmondson, his 5th hit of the series. RBI number 6 on the weekend for Eddie. Really nicely done there. They replaced the runner at second and add a run to the scoreboard. Here's Makani Tanaka. He's 0 for 4, looking for his first hit. He did drive in an RBI on a ground out in the 3rd. First pitch to him. This is outside for a ball. One 0. Tanaka shoots that one foul on the right field line. A couple of bodies go running for the baseball out of the ORU bullpen down the right field line. That's where the ball ends up. 9-2 Oral Roberts. And they throw back over to second base to check on Edmondson. It bounces away, but nowhere far enough for Edmondson to reach any further. So he stays put at second. And the 1-1. Tanaka skies it out into right field. Well hit, but the ballpark holds it. Watcher makes the catch shy of the warning track. As Edmondson tags from second, it looks like. So productive out there from Makani Tanaka. We think, again, it's been tough to tell what the base runners are calling the game remotely here today. And yes, Edmondson did tag, so he does go over to third. So it is a productive out for Makani Tanaka, who drops to 0 for 5 today. But he's still done some work. Here's Vailele Connie Yates. Takes the ball low and outside on the first pitch. He is 2 for 3. 2 singles, a run scored, and an RBI. He also walked in the 6th and was stranded on third base. Chance to drive in the 10th run of the game for Oral Roberts. 1-0 off the end of the bat, fouled on the right field line. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 home. That went in the air, right center field. Charging in, Robalewski makes the catch. Edmondson from third. He tags, and he will score. So a sacrifice fly from Vailele Connie Yates out into center field. Drives in his 19th RBI this season as Edmondson tags and scores from third to make it a 10-2 ORU. Martell Davis with the bases empty and 2 outs. That's the 7th time now that ORU has scored double digits this season. First pitch on the way to Davis. He grounds it left side and through for a base hit. Martell Davis, his 2nd hit of the ball game, keeps the inning alive. This will be the first time all year that ORU has scored double-digit runs in back-to-back games. They've been close. Of course, last week they scored 10 against Oklahoma State, 9 against Omaha, and then 13 against Omaha. So we were super close there, but now they've done it back-to-back games with double-digit runs. First pitch home to Cooper Kelly, misses low and outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. Kelly chops it foul left side to make it a ball and a strike. ORU does have double-digit hits now for the 8th consecutive game as well. They've got 12 of them here today. They are out hitting the Jacks 12-4. 1-1. Upstairs. We talked about it too after Tuesday's game. I mean, ORU out hit Central Arkansas 14-8, yet they only score 3 runs. I feel like this was kind of an awakening after that performance. 2-1. Swing and a miss from Kelly, making 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's not like the chances weren't there for Oral Roberts against Central Arkansas in that game. Pitch home to Kelly off the end of the bat into left center. Robalewski adjusts and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Well, to put a button on that conversation, ORU did leave 9 on base despite having 14 hits, and that brings an end to the top of the 7th inning. It is stretch time from Brookings. ORU leads 10-2 ball game as they lead the Sunday series finale over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Ten to 2, Oral Roberts as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here from Brookings, South Dakota. Sunday series finale as the Golden Eagles look to pull off this season sweep over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. TTCU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the exclusive credit union partner of Oral Roberts University, founded by teachers in 1934. TTCU serves more than 150,000 members with 20 branch locations. If you don't have the ORU School Pride Visa debit card, get one today and support the Golden Eagles. Visit ttcu.com/ORU for details. Nate Franke will lead things off in 7th for the Jackrabbits. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout. Still looking for his first hit of the series. He is hitless in his last 5 coming into today. He's got 2 walks over the weekend as Jack Hill goes back to work after a 1-2-3 6th. First pitch is in there for a called strike. He's got 3 strikeouts. He's gone 5 up, 5 down out of the pen in place of Jackson Farrell. He has been phenomenal here today. The 0-1, a big swing and a miss. Quickly, 0-2. Franke came into today batting .214. And the 0-2. 9 outside. The Golden Eagles with 4 guys with multiple hits here today. The Jacks with only 1, and that is Luke Jones with 2 singles. The 1-2. 9 outside yet again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. ORU has drawn 6 walks to just 4 strikeouts offensively. Hill ready. And the 2-2. Fouled back to the left. We'll try it again. There's 1 run in the second, 6 in the third for Oral Roberts. 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 7th. South Dakota State, they scored once in the 4th and the 5th innings alike. The 2-2. Going fouled off again, left side. Where are you trying to set up what will be a happy bus ride on the way back from Brookings? And the 2-2 for a third time. This one grounded to the right side this time. So the battle continues. There's a right-hander up and warming for South Dakota State. As that might have been the end of the line for Tristan Agadal, who's been in for quite some time. The 4th 2-2 of the at-bats. And it's fouled off yet again. Specifically for Agadal, he's put together his longest outing of the season. He goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. He faces 21 batters in the process. And another 2-2. This time it's grounder over to Martell Davis at second base. Throws him out at first. And Jack Hill wins the lengthy battle for out number 1 in the 7th. That brings up Luke Rebeluski. One for 2 today. Left-hander up and warming for Oral Roberts. It is Luke Williams. This pitch on the way from Hill. This is outside for a ball. Hill has gone 6 up, 6 down now out of the pen. But the final 2 outs of the 5th inning went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th with a pair of backwards Ks. A good start here in the 7th. 1-0, that one floats outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Luka Robalewski. His hit in the 5th was his first hit of the series. He came around to score one of the 2 runs for the Jackrabbits. 2-0 pitch to him. He lines that one foul back into the right. And 2 balls and a strike. Bases empty, 1 gone. Bottom 7. ORU on top, 10-2. 2-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 3. And the 3-1 from Hill. That went off the end of the bat, left center field. Tanaka, long run, and it is the left fielder Combs ultimately making the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. Here comes Brady Brown 0 for 2 with ground out and a fly out for him. So we have some updated scores in the Summit. That Omaha and North Dakota State game 1 ended up going 6-5 in favor of the Mavericks on the road. First pitch to Brown. That one fouled off for strike 1. So the Mavericks pick up conference win number 8. They are 8-5. Second game of that doubleheader scheduled to start at 4 p.m. Northern Colorado lost to St. Thomas earlier today, 11-3, and they are in the top of the 9th of game 2 of that doubleheader today. 0-1. That one in there for a called strike. Northern Colorado leading at 5-4 in the top of the 9th inning. They were supposed to play a doubleheader yesterday, but the second game got called because of darkness. There are no lights up at Coke Diamond at St. Thomas. The 0-2 pitch misses low and outside from Hill. So Brown stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hill's 1-2. Liner over to left field, and it is caught by Combs, and the inning is over. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Jack Hill. 8 down out of the bullpen, and we go to the 8th inning. Oral Roberts in full control. They lead it 10-2 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. We'll be back in a few moments. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Go to the 8th inning, and Oral Roberts leading it 10-2 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And the right-hander Dylan Richardson has merged out of the bullpen for South Dakota State, and he nearly hits Combs with the first pitch, runs up and in. Takes over for Tristan Agadal, who pitches his longest outing of the year. Goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks, and 3 Ks in the process. 1-0. Went in there for a called strike over the outside half. So Dylan Richardson takes over in an 8-run ball game. No record with an 11.15 ERA and 11 appearances, 15 and a third innings for him. Fires in the 1-1. Go in there for a called strike. Giving up 25 hits, 19 runs, all of them earned, 10 walks, 16 Ks. We saw Richardson earlier in the series. Pitched on Friday. 1-2. Combs fouls it back. Through 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. That run earned no walks and 2 strikeouts. His second outing of the year against Oral Roberts, this being his third. Combs is driven in 2 today, and he takes a 1-2 pitch outside to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overall, it's officially 1 for 2. He's laid down a sac bunt, and he's also walked. He's up to 22 RBIs this season. And the 2-2 on the way from Richardson, a breaking ball that misses upstairs. And the count is full. See if ORU can get the leadoff man on yet again. And the payoff pitch almost fouls it straight back. We'll try it again. Golden Eagles have been in control of this series essentially from the very beginning on Friday. Payoff pitch. A chopper high over to shortstop. It's Jersley making a tough play. A bounce throw over to first, and they get Combs by a step. That was impressive. They steal an infield hit from Cooper Combs. A nice pick by Franke at first, and that brings up Ethan Fender. The base is empty and 1 gone here in the 8th. You mentioned ORU's been in control really since the beginning on Friday, where they scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning, first pitch. And Fender fouls it back into the right. After 2.5 innings on Friday, they had a 6-0 lead. After 2.5 innings yesterday, they had a 14-0 lead. 0-1. That one in the air down the right field line, giving Chase Watcher. He looks up, and it is foul. And then to continue that theme after 2.5 innings today, ORU had a 7-0 lead. So the offense has gotten going early in every single game in this series. And they've done it in bunches. 0-2 on the way to Fender. Opposite foul. Fender has driven in 2 runs here today. He's had a nice day. Smacks the 0-2 foul yet again. RBI ground out, RBI single. He's been hit by a pitch, came around to score. He's gotten on in a variety of different ways. He's driven in runs in a variety of different ways. The 0-2 yet again. And a swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt for strike 3. So Fender down on strikes for the second time. First strikeout for Richardson. Here's Keaton Campbell with the bases empty and 2 gone. The first pitch right down the pipe. Campbell with a double. He's 1 for 4. Stranded on base in the 5th inning. 0-1 to him. Up the end of the bat. Hit well out into center. Robalewski shady to his right makes the grab, and the inning is over. So for the fifth time all weekend, ORU goes in order offensively. It sends us to the bottom of the eighth inning. They're still well in control of this one. They lead the Jackrabbits 10-2 in the Sunday series finale. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four. With Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our four locations to experience the power of four for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Go to the home half of the eighth inning, and Luke Williams takes over for Jack Hill out of the bullpen, who was absolutely fantastic. Per usual, Hill goes 8 up, 8 down in 2 2/3 innings. Does not give up a hit, does not give up a run, does not walk the batter, and he strikes out 3. One of the best outings all year for Jack Hill. And that turns the page for the lefty, Luke Williams. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Golden Eagles 6 outs away from a series sweep over the Jackrabbits and a season series sweep over the Jackrabbits at that. Numbers for Luke Williams this year: 13 appearances, 2 starts. He is an ERA of 8.04 with a record of 2-3. 15 2/3 innings, has given up 20 hits, 15 runs, 14 of those earned, 8 walks and 18 strikeouts. And we've talked all year long about how good Williams has been out of the bullpen. Out of all the runs he has given up this year, which is 15, 11 of those came in 2 starts. He's only given up 4 out of the bullpen, and 3 of those have been earned. Gave up an unearned run at Oklahoma State on the 7th. We last saw him against Omaha on the 12th. In the 12th inning, where he gave up back-to-back solo home runs, unfortunately, which would walk off the Golden Eagles. But other than that, he's been really, really good. First pitch on the way to the leadoff man, Keegan Jerschley. And it misses low and outside for a ball. The earned runs he gave up against Omaha snapped a streak of 7 consecutive outings without an earned run. Here's the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike to even up the count at 1-1. So the bottom line is, I don't think the numbers reflect how good Luke Williams has been this season for Oral Roberts. Transfer from Arkansas. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. In there for a called strike to make it 1-2. That's where ORU benefits being in such a dense, good college baseball area in the country. They get a lot of transfers from those programs. The 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. And they're going to say it was a foul ball, and Connie Yates didn't catch it. So, again, we're doing the game remotely here this weekend, so bear with us. Some things that might be easy to see in person are a little bit more difficult to see here about 10 hours south of Brookings. Williams wants to run through the signs again, and another 1-2. That time it's strike 3, and it's strike 3 called at that. First K for Williams out of the pen is the first out of the 8th inning, and that brings up Luke Lusky, who's 0 for 3. Couple of flyouts and a pop out for Lusky here today. Bases empty, 1 gone here in the home half of the 8th inning. ORU leading 10-2. First pitch on the way from Williams. Smacks it the other way and threw into right field for a 1-out base hit. So Lusky's first hit of the day, his 3rd hit of the series, will bring up Grant Sorensen, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Double play ball in order for the Golden Eagles here. They've turned 30 of them this season. Pitch home, a big swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by him for strike one. Luke Williams, originally from Owasso, Oklahoma, redshirt freshman. The 0-1. Another fastball. That one missed upstairs, though. Evens up the count at one apiece. Sorensen in for the ejected Nolan Graw. Here's the 1-1. One right down the middle for a strike. Graw ejected in the top of the third inning after some miscommunication about a balk he was not happy with. Williams looks over at first and fires in the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Blew it right by him. Went back to that fastball, which is so lethal. 2 outs here in the 8th inning, both via the strikeout. Couple of arms up and moving for Oral Roberts in the pen. Cash Ferris being one of those arms. Looks like Connor Johnson may be the other. We'll get confirmation on that. First pitch on the way from Williams outside to Luke Jones, who's 2 for 3. Luke versus Luke, here with 2 gone and 1 on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jones has brought a season average up to 340 with his 2 hits here today. Came in with a 318 average. 1-0 hit down the line and right, but that'll curl well foul. This is Jones' 20th game of the year, his 15th start. See, that's a pretty decent sample size to be having a 340 average in. Be interesting to see how much run he gets down the stretch this season for the Jackrabbits. The 1-1 pitch. One upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. And if the season were to end today, ORU would see South Dakota State in the first round of the Summit League tournament in the 1-4 game. Again, a lot could change between now and then, but it's fun to speculate about what could happen. Here's the 2-1, and that one fouled back out of the right, makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. That would be a rematch of the 1-4 game from last year's Summit League tournament in Omaha. Right now, the 2 seed is Omaha. The 3 seed is Northern Colorado. Williams ready. And the 2-2. Upstairs, Connie Yates thought it was strike 3. Started walking towards the dugout, but instead, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Williams trying to work around the 1-out single. He's got 2 strikeouts, and he'll step off. So he'll re-go through the signs again with Connie Yates behind the dish. And the payoff pitch. In there, called strike 3. He catches the bottom of the zone, and all 3 outs recorded via the strikeout from Luke Williams. And he worked right around that 1-out single. We head to the 9th. Oral Roberts ahead by 8. They lead the Jackrabbits 10-2 on Sunday afternoon. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
It's been all Golden Eagles all weekend as we go to the ninth inning. They lead it 10-2 over the Jackrabbits, hitting the Jacks 12-5 this fine afternoon. And the Jacks have committed 2 errors to ORU's none. And Hudson Ellis will lead things off for Oral Roberts in the visiting half of the ninth inning with an 8-run lead. Ellis has reached all 4 times this afternoon. Double and a run scored, an RBI single, an error, and a walk, which ended up stealing a base, and he would come around to score in the 7th. He led off the 7th inning as well. First pitch on the way from Richardson, who's back out there. And Ellis pops it right side. Franke from first and foul ground. And he makes the catch going down to a knee on the first pitch of the ninth inning. So for the first time today, Ellis does not reach. And that'll bring up Will Edmondson. Base is empty and 1 out. Edmondson, another Golden Eagle, having a really nice day. He's reached 3 times, an RBI double, a single, 2 runs scored, and a walk. First pitch on the way from Richardson upstairs. Richardson has gone 4 up, 4 down. He put together a 1-2-3 eighth, just the 5th time all weekend that Oral Roberts has gone in order offensively. It's been that kind of weekend. 1-0. And that one hits him right square in the side. So Edmondson reaches for a 4th time today the painful way. 1 out base runner for the Golden Eagles in the 9th. That'll bring Connie Tanaka. He is 0 for 5. He has driven in a run on a ground out. Let's see what Tanaka can do here in the 9th. First pitch, he looks at a breaking ball upstairs. Well, don't forget, at the conclusion of this one, we will have the Empire Fence post-game show come your way. We'll recap all 9 innings and take a look at what ORU has coming up in the near future, schedule-wise, because it's a lot of good stuff. 1-0 in there for a called strike over the outside part of the plate. We thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us here on the ORU Sports Network. It has been another dominant performance from the Golden Eagles, who are well on their way to conference win number 14. 1-1 misses low, 2 balls and a strike. They're also well on their way to their 15th consecutive win over the Jacks and their 90th win all time over South Dakota State. They haven't lost to South Dakota State since March 17th of 2024. 2-1 to Tanaka. Hits it out deep into right field. Watcher ranging back, and he's down to a knee on the warning track. Edmondson forced to retreat. So it looks like Tanaka will go hitless here today, 0 for 6. Uncharacteristic day for him, but a day where the rest of the line picked him up quite well. And here's Vailele Connie Yates with a runner on first and 2 gone in the top of the 9th inning. ORU leading 10-2. Richardson fires. First pitch to Connie Yates. Upstairs for a ball. Connie Yates has reached 3 times. He's driven in 2 runs. 2 singles and a walk to go along with a sac fly. 1-0 pitch on the way. Yates fouls it back into the right. The Golden Eagles, as we mentioned, will play OU at OU on Tuesday. They will come home for a 4-game set in 3 days against North Dakota State. 1-1, breaking ball high and tight. One of those games will, of course, be a makeup for the 3 games that were canceled up in Fargo. 2-1. Connie Yates fouls that one back, evens the count of a 2-2. So ORU Not that they really have to worry about this anymore because there's been so many other cancellations around the league. We'll have 2 less conference games played than they originally scheduled. But again, at the time, it seemed like a bigger deal than it is now because, again, everybody's had games canceled. The 2-2 bounces in for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Vailele Kana Yates. Will Edmondson on first with 2 gone. And the payoff pitch. 3/4 swing and miss. He's rung up by home plate umpire Jeff Kopecki. And we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Oral Roberts 3 outs away from another series sweep in Summit League Conference play. They lead the Jackrabbits 10-2. We'll be back in a moment. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
The bottom of the 9th we go, and Oral Roberts 3 outs away from pulling off yet another series sweep over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and Cash Ferris takes over for Luke Williams out of the bullpen, and Luke does a phenomenal job in his 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, strikes out 3, no runs, and no walks for him. Up a really nice 2 2/3 from Jack Hill as well. He went scoreless, no hits, no walks, and 3 punch-outs for Jack in relief. And now it is Cash Ferris' turn. 1-2 with a 2.81 ERA in 13 appearances, 16 innings for him. He has given up 13 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, 15 strikeouts, and run an average of 217. Last time we saw Cash in action was on Tuesday. He threw a scoreless, hitless inning against Central Arkansas. He struck out 1 batter, and he looks to close things out here today. He faces off against 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Nate Watcher will lead things off. He's 0 for 2. A pair of strikeouts. He drove in a run on a sacrifice fly in the 4th. First pitch on the way from Ferris. Fastball in there for a call and strike to the outside part of the plate. ORU with 10 runs on 12 hits this afternoon. It is their 8th consecutive game with double-digit hits. There's more dominance from this offense. 0-1. That went in the air. Shallow right field. 3 Golden Eagles converge. Who's it going to be? Now in foul ground, and the wind pushes that all the way over to the warning track where Kelly will catch it on a bounce. An eventful strike there. So it is 0-2. On the other side, South Dakota State 2 runs on 5 hits. They've committed 2 errors. ORU has left 11 on base. The Jackrabbits have left 4. So Ferris looking for the first of the 9th inning. Let's see if he can get it here against Nate Watcher. And the 0-2. Off the end of the background ball over to third base where Keaton Campbell has it. Throws across in time. A good stretch there from Kelly. His throw was a little bit offline. 1 up, 1 down. Here at the bottom of the 9th inning, Oral Roberts 2 outs away from a series sweep. Here comes Nick Warwick, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Base is empty and 2 gone. 10-2 ORU in front. First pitch on the way from Cash Ferris. Misses high and tight. Well, stick with us after the final out. Empire Fence postgame show will come your way. We'll recap all 9 innings as Oral Roberts dominates here yet again today. 1-0 pitch on the way from Ferris. popped up. Right side of the infield, it's Cooper Kelly at first base, right on top of the line, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down in the ninth, and here comes Dayton Franke. Franke 0 for 3. He's 0 for 9 in the series. ORU 1 out away. Deep breath from Cash Ferris. He's out of the line and fires home. Franke comes out swinging on the first pitch he sees down the left field line. Foul ground. Campbell from third, and a watch it sail into the bullpen. 0-1. ORU with another crooked inning here this afternoon. They scored 6 in the third, and that really got the party started. Ferris out of the line of the 0-1. Right down the middle for strike 2. Franke with a pair of groundouts to the second baseman Davis and a fly out to right field for the big lefty. No balls and 2 strikes. Ferris out of the line, fires home, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's your ball game. Golden Eagles win it, and they complete the series sweep. The final score in Game 3. Oral Roberts 10 and South Dakota State 2 as Cash Ferris puts together a 1-2-3 bottom of the ninth inning. Dominance all weekend from the Golden Eagles as they pick up conference win number 14, and they win their 15th consecutive game over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. We'll recap it all for you coming up next on the Empire Fence post-game show. Once again, the final 10-2 Oral Roberts winners on Sunday afternoon. We'll recap it all for you next. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Get people in your door by going outdoors. Out there, it's drive time all the time. Travelers are a captive audience from point A to point B, and they'll see your advertising all day, every day. People change radio stations, but they rarely change their commute to work or their favorite places. It's high reach, high frequency, and one of the most dependable advertising mediums around. Let the professionals at Lamar Outdoor help you tap this valuable resource today.
9 innings are in the books, and it's time for the Empire Fence postgame report. For the full breakdown, stats, and reaction, here's play-by-play voice Connor Clark.
The Golden Eagles dominant yet again, this time on Sunday afternoon as they pull off the series sweep, not only on the weekend, but the regular season series sweep over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. The final score today, ORU 10 and South Dakota State 2. Welcome into the Empire Fence post-game show. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And let's recap all 9 innings that we saw here today. It was another day where the ORU offense got going early and often, and they would open up the scoring in the top half of the second inning. An RBI ground out from Ethan Fender would score Cooper Kelly. This was just, if you're a baseball purist, this inning was to a T. You would love it. It goes leadoff double, sacrifice bunt to move Kelly over to third, RBI ground out from Fender. I mean, that is just baseball in its purest form right there to score the game's opening run, to make it 1-0 Oral Roberts. Then things would get a little bit chaotic. ORU would score 6 times on 7 hits in the third inning. RBIs would go to Vailele Kana-Yates on a single, a 2-run single from Cooper Combs, an RBI single from Ethan Fender. He would get into the mix, and Hudson Ellis would drive in a run on one of his 2 hits in the inning, an RBI single in the latter half of that third, and ORU would open up a 7-0 lead as we went to the 4th inning. ORU would come up empty in the top half of the 4th inning, and that is when the Jackrabbits would get on the scoreboard. Sacrifice fly from Nate Watcher would score Grant Sorensen, who walked to lead off the inning. He would get moved over a few times from a single and then a pass ball, and the sac fly allowed him to score to make it 7-1. ORU would get back in the scoring column, though, in the top half of the 5th inning, as a run would score Ethan Fender after he got hit by a pitch, and a double would follow him up, and then an error from Hudson Ellis. He would get knocked in on that, and that would make it an 8-1 ORU lead. South Dakota State would get back on the scoreboard in the bottom half of the 5th inning with an RBI triple from Keegan Jerschley driving in Luke Robalewski. That'll be all the runs that they would get, and the only other scoring happening today would come in the 7th inning as an RBI double from Will Edmondson would come into play, and then a sacrifice fly from Vailele Kana-Yates would drive in Edmondson moments later. That would make it 10-2, and that would be your final score here today. Really good pitching performances from the Golden Eagles yet again. Jack Hill goes 2 2/3, no hits, no runs, no walks. He strikes out 3. Luke Williams with a scoreless inning. He gives up 1 hit. He also strikes out 3. And Cash Ferris throws a 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th inning. Jackson Farrell in his 4th start of the year goes 4 1/3, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. So not bad stuff from him whatsoever. Yet again from the left-handed Jackson Farrell, and ORU gets another dominant win here on Sunday afternoon as they improve to 23-14 and 14-1 in the Summit. South Dakota State falls to 12-24, 6-9 in the Summit. Final totals for you: ORU 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and 11 left on base. South Dakota State with 2 runs on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 4 on base. Jack Hill picks up the win. He is 4-0. Caden Rylands picks up the loss. He falls to 2-3, no save, and the game played in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So what's coming up next for Oral Roberts? Well, a lot of really good stuff for Oral Roberts coming up next. They will head down to Norman on Tuesday night to take on the Oklahoma Sooners, the 14th ranked Oklahoma Sooners, for the second and final time in the regular season. And then they will host North Dakota State next weekend for 4 games in 3 days, one of them being a makeup, and then, of course, the 3 regularly scheduled games for Oral Roberts and the Bison. And then the Tuesday following, they will play Oklahoma State in downtown Tulsa at One Oak Field. That should be a lot of fun. So a really exciting 5-game stretch to close out the month of April coming up for the Golden Eagles, and you do not want to miss a moment of it. Just based on the way that this offense is playing baseball right now, it is a lot of fun. So come out and join us at the ballpark next weekend for that North Dakota State series. And, well, might as well make the 90-minute drive from Tulsa to Oklahoma and Norman and watch the Golden Eagles try and get their 2nd win in a row down in Norman in back-to-back years on Tuesday night. Why not? It's going to be a lot of fun. If you can't make it, of course, you can always join us here on the ORU Sports Network. We'll have wire-to-wire coverage for you starting at 5:45 p.m. on Tuesday night with a pregame show, as always. But that is what is coming up for this Golden Eagles squad that has now hit double-digit hits in 8 consecutive games. They've scored double-digit runs in back-to-back games for the first time this season, and an offense that is humming to go along with that top 5 defensive unit in the country and a top 50 pitching staff in the country. That is a recipe for success. Look out, college baseball. ORU is playing some really, really quality ball here down the stretch in the month of April. So that'll do it for us here on the ORU Sports Network. A big thanks to our sponsorship group, as always. A big thanks to our ORU Sports Network crew for making us look and sound great with each and every single broadcast. And a big thanks to all of you for making us a part of your Sunday afternoon and a part of your entire weekend. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll talk to you again, and you'll join us for a thriller that is probably going to happen on Tuesday night in Norman, Oklahoma. So my name is Connor Clark, signing off here on the ORU Sports Network. We'll talk to you again on Tuesday night from Norman as Oral Roberts takes on Oklahoma for the 2nd and final time this season. You've been listening to Golden Eagle Baseball. This is the ORU Sports Network.